Welcome to tonight's regular council meeting, Monday, December 18th, 2017. In consideration of those around you, please turn off your cell phones or other electronic devices. Thank you. Tom Fitzgerald will do the invocation after the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Almighty and gracious God, we thank you for the freedom in which we live in this nation. As we gather tonight to conduct the business of this city, we pray for your guidance that our words and deeds will be worthy of this freedom and of benefit to all our citizens. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I get approval for the work session regular meeting minutes of 12/4/17?
So moved.
Second. Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes passed. Visitor recognition. We will now recognize visitors. Please raise your hand if you wish to speak. When called upon, please use the podium. Clearly state your name and address into the microphone and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Any dialogue must be conducted through me as president of council, although your comments, questions can be addressed to the council, administration, or both. Anybody on the side? This side? Great. We'll move into legislation. If you wish to comment on any legislation, you must request to do so at this time. Those make such a request will then be called upon after the reading. Any dialogue must be conducted through me as president of the council, although your comments and questions can be addressed to the council, the administration, or both. When called upon, please use the podium. Remember, clearly state your name and address into the microphone and limit your comments to 3 minutes. We have ordinance number 2 on third reading. Ordinance number 3, third reading. Ordinance number 4, third reading. Ordinance number 5, second reading. Ordinance number 6, second reading. Ordinance number 7, second reading. Ordinance number 8, first reading. And ordinance number 9, first reading. See nobody. So we'll start out with ordinance number 2, third reading.
An ordinance to make appropriations for the current expenses and expenditures of the City of Painesville, State of Ohio for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2018, and adopting the operating budget and declaring an emergency.
Okay, this is the final reading for the 2018 budget. Council has had the budget for about 2 months. The administration has given numerous presentations on it, and I guess we're here if you have any questions.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mrs. Shue?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Donato?
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Augustine?
Yes.
Mr. Fodor?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes, ordinance number 2 passed. Ordinance number 3, third reading.
An ordinance providing the issuance of sale of $1 million notes in anticipation of the issuance of bonds to pay costs for rehabilitating and improving the Chestnut Street water storage tank, placing a water line in Elm Street together with all appurtenances thereto, improving the city's stormwater management system by construction and installing storm sewer lines, detention basins, and inlet basins together with all appurtenances thereto, resurfacing portions of Nelson Street, East Main Street, and certain city streets to be approved by the city together with all work incidental thereto, acquiring a dump truck with snow plow together with necessary appurtenances thereto, improving the city's stormwater management system by constructing and installing storm sewer lines, detention basins, inlet basins, and related improvements, including the North Avenue Stormwater Project and the city's 2010 Stormwater Improvement Program, together with all appurtenances thereto, relocating water mains along State Route 86 and Auburn Road, together with any necessary appurtenances thereto, improving the municipal water system by constructing and installing new water lines and other distribution system improvements together with the necessary appurtenances thereto, and extending sanitary sewer lines and constructing a pump station to service the Shamrock Boulevard area of the city, all together with the necessary appurtenances thereto, and declaring an emergency.
Any comments or questions?
Move to adopt. Second.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mrs. Dinello.
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins.
Yes.
Mr. Augustine.
Yes.
Mr. Fodor.
Yes.
Mrs. Shute.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes. Ordinance number 3, please. Ordinance number 4, third reading.
An ordinance enacting section 933.191 of the Painesville Code of 1998 relating to extending the water system infrastructure improvement fee and declaring an emergency.
Questions or comments?
Move to adopt.
Second.
Mrs. Dinello.
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins.
Yes.
Mr. Augustine.
Yes.
Mr. Fodor.
Yes.
Mrs. Shute.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Hack.
Yes. Ordinance number 4 passed. Ordinance number 5, second reading.
An ordinance enacting Chapter 1121 erosion and sediment control of the 1998 codified ordinances of the city of Painesville and declaring an emergency.
As noted at the last meeting, this ordinance incorporates the changes to our Chapter 1121 based on a collaborative effort of the Chagrin River Watershed Partners and the Lake County Soil and Water Conservation District. The language was reviewed for Phase 2 compliance by the Ohio EPA. The ordinance included the changes to the Ohio EPA's erosion and sediment control requirements in the Ohio EPA permits effective April 21st, 2013. Since the changes to Chapter 1121 were significant, we are proposing an entire new chapter for adoption. A highlighted copy of the changes were provided to City Council previously.
Thank you. As you said at the last meeting, this would go 3 readings. Anybody have any comments or questions?
I just commented to the second reading.
Okay, great. So we will have this for your 3rd reading. So thank you. Ordinance number 6, second reading.
An ordinance enacting Chapter 941 Stormwater Utility and Stormwater Management of the 1998 codified ordinances of the city of Painesville and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance accompanies the previous ordinance where the changes outlined in Chapter 941 are to incorporate those model regulations into the city's current ordinances based on the Ohio EPA permit. Since the changes to Chapter 941 were significant, an entire new chapter is being proposed for adoption. We also gave a highlighted copy of the changes to council for review. And again, this can go for 3 readings as well.
Any comments or questions on this? We'll also have this for the 3rd reading. Ordinance number 7, second reading.
An ordinance enacting Chapter 1140 riparian setbacks of the 1998 codified ordinances of the city of Painesville and declaring an emergency.
This legislation creates an entire new chapter within our subdivision regulations of our codified ordinances. The intent of the regulations are to protect and enhance the functions of riparian areas by providing reasonable controls governing buildings and uses in a manner to minimize encroachment on wetlands and watercourses. The regulations have been reviewed by the City of Painesville Planning Commission as well as the Lake County Soil and Water Conservation District, and it's also been reviewed for 3 readings.
Any comments or questions on this? This will also stand 3rd reading. Ordinance number 8, first reading.
An ordinance to make amended appropriations and to authorize additional interfund transfers and advances for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Painesville, state of Ohio during the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2017, and amending the original appropriations for the 2017 operating budget and declaring an emergency.
Okay, this is an annual piece of legislation that we have to do to be in compliance with the Ohio Revised Code and the city's policies. We're moving money around. What we do is the city will pay for all our capital projects. We will fund them the year before. So the money that we're proposing to transfer out in this legislation will pay for next year's capital. Next year's capital, we are paying just about all cash for everything. Some of the larger budget increases that we'll be doing, we're requesting to increase the general fund by $1.6 million for the 2017 budget. These monies will go to pay capital in 2018. We are also requesting to increase Fund 730, the electric revenue fund, by $5.2 million. These monies will be transferred out and will be paying for the electric capital in 2018. The city also has to reduce budgets, again, to be in compliance with the Ohio Revised Code. One of the larger decreases in the budget is we're decreasing the water construction fund, Fund 712, by $5.6 million. The reason for this large decrease is these are water intake monies that were not spent in 2017. We are budgeting $8.4 million for this project in 2018. Another large decrease, we're requesting $510,000 decrease from the stormwater fund. And the reason for this is the Maplewood project was not done in 2017, but we are budgeting for it in 2018. And lastly, we are reducing our hospitalization fund by over $1 million. The city did need to have all those expenses this year, and so we're reducing those expenses as well. Please feel free, let me know if you guys have any questions on any of this.
So overall, how would you say our financial picture looks?
Stable, good.
And we continue with our philosophy of trying to pay as much as we can with cash.
Correct. Just about all of our capital projects, except for the water intake, are being paid for with cash. So over $12 million, over $10 million is being paid for with cash for our capital projects in 2018.
Any other questions?
Andy, did you mention at the end of the year what the overall increase or decrease of the approved budget was?
The total adjustment is a slight decrease. It's all done. So the last amended council-approved budget was $73.1 million, and that was approved in June of 2017. The year-end budget for 2017 is going to be $72.8 million, so we did decrease the budget slightly.
I thought I saw somewhere in here, and I'm trying to look for it, but it's reading through these papers. Our expenditures are above our expected revenues.
No.
No.
Our revenues are coming in, our actual revenues are coming in higher than our budgeted revenues.
So it's the opposite.
Which is what we like our fiscal
That's what we hope for.
agent to do. That's your job.
We need this to
You
pass.
try to spend it, you try to protect it.
Right. Get harder and harder. Yes, this does have to get approved by December 31st, 2017 to be in compliance with the Ohio Revised Code.
Can I get a motion?
Motion to suspend?
Second.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Augustine?
Yes.
Mr. Fodor?
Yes.
Mrs. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Donello?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes.
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Mr. Augustine?
Yes.
Mr. Fodor?
Yes.
Mrs. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Donello?
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes. Ordinance number 8 passed. Ordinance number 9, first reading.
An ordinance to authorize additional interfund transfers for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Painesville, state of Ohio during the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2017 and declaring an emergency.
Again, this is another annual piece of legislation that we do at the end of each year to fund our future capital projects. All of these transfers were approved in the last piece of legislation that you just approved, but you also have to approve these individually. The general fund, we would like to transfer out $2,225,000. The majority of this money is going to pay for future capital projects. Some of these are going to fund future debt payments and also just to increase some fund balances where some funds need a little help. We are also looking to transfer out $500,000 from the sewer revenue fund into the sewer construction fund. This will pay for 2018 capital in the sewer fund. And then the electric fund is looking to transfer out $5,250,000 and transfer it into the electric construction fund. This is to pay for future capital as well, the 2018 capital projects.
Comments?
Sorry, and again, this has to be approved by December 31st, 2017.
Questions? Motion?
Motion to suspend?
Second.
Mr. Fodor?
Yes.
Mrs. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Donato?
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Augustine?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes.
Move
Move to adopt.
Second?
Mrs. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Donato?
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Augustine?
Yes.
Mr. Fodor?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes, ordinance number 9 passed. Presentation to council, we have none. New business, none. Administrator reports, law director?
None.
City manager?
I promised that I would bring the cemetery fees to council this evening. So I have a copy of the last cemetery increase, which was in January of 2012, implemented in February 2012. And then the prices that are effective as of January 1st, 2018. So I'm going to pass those down.
Is this a set or we can give each one?
No, one of each.
Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't doing it.
So the adjustments, we adjusted our non-residential rate to be double the resident rate. We adjusted our interment fees to reflect the amount of labor required to complete the task. We also increased our Saturday fees since Saturday burials incur overtime. Using these rates with the sales from 2017, we would have brought in approximately $60,000 to $75,000 in additional revenue. This does not cover the subsidy from the general fund, but it does not handicap us on the sales side. Our goal was to bring in more revenue while not deterring sales. I worked with Michelle. Michelle looked into basically every cemetery in Lake County. So we compared with Menor, Concord, Kirkland, Madison Township, Willoughby, and Perry to help us get our numbers back in line. But it doesn't cover the entire $433,000 in subsidy from the general fund. So that means during 2018, Michelle and I will continue to look at ways to cut costs and increase revenues to try to bring us closer to that number and try to keep this business and enterprise where it doesn't need as much general fund subsidy. So that's all I have for tonight.
Great, thank you. Correspondence, clerk of council?
The next regular council meeting will be held on Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018 at 7:30 p.m. City Hall will be closed Friday, December 22nd, Monday, December 25th, and January 1st for Christmas holidays and New Year's.
The Painesville Recreation Chili Cook-Off is January 27th from 1 to 3 at First Church Congregational. The Daddy-Daughter Social is February 10th at noon at Morse Avenue Community Center. And prior articles are due January 5th.
Thank you. Closing comments? Mr. Fodor?
Wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, and also remind people when they're plowing their driveways or having them plowed, you cannot block the sidewalk.
you have to keep that open. So let the person that is plowing your driveway, that they gotta leave that space so our kids can walk to school. That's it for me.
Thank you. Mr. Ferguson?
Yes, I just wanted to thank Monica as well. The last month, she took me on department tours through water, sanitation, public works, and the electric plant. It was very informational. I saw a lot of our budget in the different places. I was able to see what we were putting money towards. I was able to see what we needed. I was also able to see, and I was very pleased with the fact that a lot of our city takes care of departments. They handle everything in-house. Whenever there's problems, like in the water sanitations, I think Randy said that he hasn't had to bring somebody in for like 15 years to fix something in the department there. So I thought that was amazing, and I thank you for the tour. I also wanted to thank everybody in council for, it's about 3 months I've been here now, and I want to thank everybody in council and everybody in the city for bearing with me and teaching me everything I've learned thus far. And then wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And then beginning of next year, January 6th, the Downtown Painesville organization is doing a Founders Day breakfast. They're having a guest speaker, Lee Coffey Jr., who will be portraying the Buffalo Soldier, Sergeant Emmanuel Stance. And that will be from 8 in the morning to 10 in the morning. And the tickets are $25 per person, so come on and support. Thanks all.
Mrs. Shute?
Just want to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. I hope it's happy, and Happy New Year too. Thanks.
Great. Mr. Fitzgerald?
Pretty much the same. Wish everybody a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas, and congratulate our city manager on her 1-year anniversary. She survived. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mrs. Jenkins?
I would just like to say that I just wrote that down, and that's why Tom said it. No, I also would like to congratulate Monica on her year with us. Hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn, but I know that we've all appreciated having you here, and we look forward to the future years having you. I would also like to say that everybody keep in mind winter break is coming up. So kids are going to be out playing a little bit more and during hours that we don't expect them to be there. So please be careful when you're driving around in the neighborhoods. And then lastly, I'm going to issue my challenge for the chili cook-off. I know that today we got an email, I believe it was today, regarding the chili cook-off being open to departments and inviting all of the departments to participate. I will be doing the chili cook-off this year. I've already printed out my registration form, and I hope that somebody else on council besides Paul will also join me for some healthy competition. With that, have a great holiday season, and we'll see you guys in the new year.
Thank you, Mrs. Nowell.
I think everything I wanted to say has been said, so God bless.
All right, thank you. I'm not sure how healthy my chili will be, but it'll be very good. I want to thank the Harvey Brass, and they had their music, their concert thing. There we go. And no, it was very exciting to see. Both my kids were in it, so my son Lynn's kids. It was just a great feeling. Too bad we had a council meeting tonight. It was part of it. But anyhow, that's what you have to do, and I need a motion to go into an executive session.
I would like to make a motion for executive session to be held in accordance with ORC 121.22 to consider confidential information related to marketing plans, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, or to negotiations with other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance in accordance with section 3735.67 of the revised code, and in accordance with Article 2, Section 6, to discuss pending or potential litigation involving the city, and in accordance with Article 2, Section 6, to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of an employee or official of the city.
Second.
Sounds like a month.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. Shute?
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes.
Mrs. Donato?
Yes.
Mrs. Jenkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weinstein?
Yes.
Mr. Coder?
Yes.
Mr. Hack?
Yes, let's move into executive session. Happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you.